We went over the rules in the dressing room. Lucas and Tiento Reca. Ready to go?
Yep.
Touch up. Toca la mano. Toca la mano. Gracias dos. Gracias dos.
Referee Steve Smoger with the last-minute instructions. From the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, we are set for the main event. Lamont Peterson and Lucas Matthysse. With apologies to the band Kiss, you wanted the best. You are getting two of the very best at 140 pounds with a potential super fight against Danny Garcia at stake. No titles on the line in this one. It's all about pride. It's all about showcasing their will and skill, and we are underway. Lucas Matthysse in the black with white, Lamont Peterson in the purple with silver.
Peterson and his trainer Barry Hunter said very clearly, we are going to be cerebral, we're going to box, we're not going to stand in front of Lucas Matthysse. He's starting out the fight just that way.
Well, that was the big question, because Peterson has taken a very aggressive approach in his last few fights. But I think anybody that takes an aggressive approach against Lucas Matthysse would have to be crazy. So naturally, Peterson coming to box tonight.
That would be insane.
Yeah, even for the toughest of guys.
Yes.
Both have a reputation as being slow starters. In fact, in Peterson's last bout after a 14-month layoff against Kendall Holtz, the first 3 rounds were Kendall Holtz, and then he got the engine warmed up and finished the former world champion. Matthysse, after the losses, saying that he needed to get off to faster starts, beat Humberto Soto in 5 and then destroyed Mike Dallas Jr. in 1. And Maurice Jones-Drew, NFL player, expecting what we are all expecting, an electrifying fight here tonight.
Early in this match, we're seeing that the height and reach of Peterson can be a very effective tool.
And boxing behind those legs too, making sure he keeps that distance.
Of course, it's so early in this fight. Matthysse himself still getting that right hand and trying to find the range for it.
Of course, if you talk to Mathisse's camp, they will say that Matthysse is an underrated boxer, known for his power and brawling. But Al, you give it the stamp of your approval.
And I think that he has gotten better since those losses, though I thought he won them against Judah and Alexander.
Still is a little bit flat-footed, so Peterson does have the advantage if he can use that foot speed.
No question.
And one thing I'm noticing here is Matthysse, although he wants to track down Peterson, is not cutting the ring off.
No, so, you're absolutely right.
So Peterson is able to use the ring right now pretty comfortably.
Under a minute remaining in the opening round. Peterson going side to side. Matthysse clinches.
Step, step, step. Good, thank you.
When he fought Tim Bradley, and we had it on Showtime, Lamont Peterson got kind of caught up in battling with Bradley, fighting his fight. Not doing that so far. It's been the Lamont Peterson Invitational track meet in round 1.
Under 30 seconds left in the opening frame. Jab from Peterson.
So to show you the dimensions Lamont Peterson has, though. He's been very aggressive in his past few fights, and he's been successful with that style. But here, boxing takes a good hook here. But
left hook by Matthysse with under 10 seconds remaining. The 127th pro round for Matthysse. The 211th pro round for Peterson is in the books. Let's go to the keys to victory.
For Lamont Peterson, as we said, he can't stand in front of Matthysse, has to use angles. And he's got to throw a lot of punches, I think, because Matthysse can be frozen by combinations. We didn't see much of that in the first round. And against Matthysse, who attacks sometimes with wide punches, you've got to counter effectively. For Lucas Matthysse, when he jabs his way in, it really helps him set up that right hand. He hasn't been able to get that punch going yet. And he's a terrific body puncher. He's thrown some left hooks to the body so far, trying to slow the movement of Peterson. The Matthysse right, one of the most powerful punches in boxing, and he'll throw it often in this fight.
Danny Garcia watching with vested interest. He may in fact be the man the winner of this fight will face in an unofficial 140-pound tournament here on Showtime Championship Boxing as round 2 gets underway. Matthysse, known for his potent power, 27 of his 31 KOs have occurred inside 4 rounds. He has never been down as a professional, while Peterson has been down 3 times thus far in his career.
You know, I scored that round even, a draw, and I'll tell you what, they both landed exactly 7 punches in that round, though Peterson threw 11 more.
I don't know, man. The only punch I saw Matthysse land was that left hook.
Well, he landed 2 or 3 at the end, and he landed some body punches as well. And there you see the total punches that were landed there. That's the power. Yeah, those are the punches that they landed in the last round.
That's it.
Matthysse stepping up the aggression this round, being a bit more physical. This is what you do to a guy who's trying to box you. Basically, when you're trying to corner him down, you get rough with him, you try to frustrate him so that he gets away from his own game plan of boxing.
And of course, Peterson with the reach advantage wants to establish that jab, but Matthysse able to close the gap and use those short punches as they clinch, and Steve Smoger allowing them to try to fight up, but now calling for the break.
Now, Steve Smoger's a referee that allows you to fight. And now Peterson is now closing the distance himself. This is where Matthysse wants him.
And this is what I was talking about, with Matthysse getting aggressive and being rough and dirty a little bit on the inside. It may make somebody like Peterson lose track of the game plan and stand in front of him.
Matthysse definitely putting the pedal to the metal here in round 2 and getting a little wild with some of those punches.
And you know, so far the left hook of Matthysse, which is a good punch, it's not as good as his right hand, so it gets overshadowed, has been very good to the body and the head.
Just misses with that sweeping left hook, does Matthysse, with a minute remaining in the second round. Straight right hand there, the jab sticks by Matthysse.
That right hand wasn't the best one Matthysse can land, and it had an impact on Lamont Peterson.
This guy's so heavy-handed, man.
Straight right hand from Matthysse, the orthodox fighter, of course. 45 seconds left in the round. Peterson backing up, trying to keep him at bay with the jab. And there he trips. So a left hook landed by Matthysse, and that drops Peterson for the 4th time in his career. A delayed reaction there.
Let's see now how Peterson gets out of the round.
I said that left hook was a tough one.
He was down twice against Victor Ortiz and once against Timothy Bradley, and now has been down here in the second round, and Matthysse putting the pressure on Lamont Peterson as we go to round 3.
We talk a lot about the right hand of Lucas Matthysse, but as I said, he was getting the left hook in as well. This is a punch that goes off the top of his forehead. He doesn't have to land perfectly, Matthysse. He's got such power, Paulie.
And I'll tell you what, it was the right hand that set up that left hand. He makes Peterson go towards the left hook, see? He makes Peterson defend towards the other side where he can bring him to that left hook.
And we take one more look at what Paulie was talking about. The right had been thrown to the body. That's a very wide left hook, but it still got there, and he is so heavy-handed that even that kind of left hook is going to have an impact.
And it got there because the way he threw the right hand, Peterson went towards the direction of the hook.
So Peterson down for the 4th time in his career. In round 2, we begin round 3. Lucas Matthysse continuing here as Peterson gets rocked again with that right hand, and there Matthysse slips. And to be honest with you, why I had the delayed call, I thought that Peterson had tripped over the ropes in that last round.
That knockdown, wow, here comes Matthysse battling away on the inside. That knockdown was the 22nd knockdown that he has had in his last of 12 fights. Matthysse, man, he knocks people down.
And a astronomical number and a super stat courtesy of the Hall of Famer Al Bernstein. And a right uppercut lands by Peterson, digging away at the body, and now a rough and tumble affair materializing here in round 3. As we look at the power punches throughout this fight, it's Matthysse with a huge advantage.
Yeah, and his punches are so much more damaging. Now Peterson's in a firefight with him.
Yeah, he said, you know what, forget boxing. I might be safer in close range.
And this is where, we know what Peterson is about. He's a boxer, but then can be lulled into a brawl, and against Matthysse, that could be very dangerous indeed.
I'll tell you what, though, Mauro, on the inside, if Peterson can smother Mathisse's work, he may be able to work that body and work those combinations.
Good point.
But he's got to be careful.
Mathisse's headhunting with the right hand. There's a left hook from Peterson.
The problem with all that is that Matthysse has a better chin than Lamont Peterson. That's the problem.
But here's the thing, Alan. Again, I'll disagree with you slightly. He does have a better chin. I'll agree with you there. But here's the thing: if you're going to run away from him and he's still going to catch up to you, you might as well try to fight him off and see if you can gain his respect back.
All right, you won me over.
But I'll agree with you. Matthysse has the better chin.
Oh, and down goes Peterson on the counter. Wow, what a punch!
They both connected with hooks at the same time.
Matthysse detonated that left hook, and for the second time in the round, third time in the fight, it's been waved off. Matthysse with his 32nd knockout win in 34 victories. The highest KO percentage in boxing. And guess who is ready for him? Danny Garcia saying, that's okay, I'm number one, bring it on.
Point, that man has the best knockout percentage in boxing today among active fighters, and there's a reason for that. After one round of boxing, Peterson just couldn't handle him anymore. And here, we talk about the right hand. He did most of this with the left hook.
So much for jet lag, huh, guys?
Yes, good point. We'll take a look at the first knockdown in this second round. And Matthysse with a beautiful, short, compact left hook, not even of the wider variety. And when a fighter's in front of him, he can get both the right and left hand off. And we get a look, yet another look at the first knockdown here. And you know what? It's a very short, compact punch, Balling.
Yeah, they both hook at the same time. You don't hook with a hooker. They hook at the same time, but we saw who the hooker is.
Yeah, the right hand was such a worry to Peterson and Barry Hunter, and they told us before the fight, that right hand is what we got to worry about. Well, it was the hook all night that did it. And then as we look at the second, when the fight was stopped, again it was the left hook. Well, the good right hand lands, but there's the hook that does the real damage. So Matthysse found another weapon that worked for him and showed a different dimension, but he has power.
Scary, man. It's scary. This guy, every time he touches your chin, he hurts you. And here's a final look at the final flurry. Misses those two shots, but catches Lamont on the end, the tail end of the left hook. And down he goes, and that was all she wrote. I mean, this guy, it's literally like a bomb explodes every time he lands a punch.
Lucas the Machine Matthysse serving notice that he is indeed one of the biggest forces in boxing. He's got lethal punching power. He's ready for the best in the division. Danny Garcia, unified 140-pound champion. Matthysse has been an interim champion. He wants the real gold, and he has his sights set on that man, Philadelphia's own, as we look at the final numbers of another impressive stoppage by Matthysse.
Well, the power punches, he landed 38%, but that doesn't even tell the whole story, because of those 38%, they were so powerful that almost every one of them, as Paulie pointed out, hurt Peterson. And Peterson was not able to really be effective with his jab in keeping him at bay. And the most important thing about those numbers is there was power behind those power punches.
The left hook closes the book on another chapter in what is shaping up to be a scintillating career. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 14 seconds in round number 3. Our referee in charge, Steve Smoger, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout. La Gran Máquina Argentina, Lucas Matthysse. Argentina, Argentina.
Lucas Matthysse serving up the fistic fireworks that most boxing fans have come to expect from the machine.